How's it going, guys? JP here, and welcome back to 7 Days of Horror, where we talk about 7 horror films in 7 days as the rain picks up. I'm sorry if you guys hear that, it's just raining like crazy outside, but I gotta get this review done. All these films have some sort of common theme to them. This time we're doing foreign horror, basically from all over the world, different countries. And yeah, so for day number 5, I decided to go with a sequel to a film that I reviewed in the first foreign horror, which I probably should have learned my lesson that time because this film really isn't so much horror. And I'm talking about Battle Royale 2 from the year 2003 with the tagline of "We declare war on all adults." Now this film comes to us out of the country of Japan, and like I said, this film really isn't a horror film. It kind of gets lumped in that genre, dealing because the subject matter it deals with, but this film is like more of an action film, and I feel kind of silly for putting it in the 7 Days of Horror, but it's the only thing I watched, so I can't really pick anything else to replace this film on such short notice, so it's going to be in here. But this one is even less of a horror film than the first Battle Royale. So basically, a little disclaimer here. This copy that I have is actually a region-free copy that is imported from somewhere. I don't know if it's directly from Japan, but the subtitles are all out of whack. I mean, it's not very readable. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You could tell that somebody from another language, that speaks another language, put these subtitles together, and their English wasn't, flawless. So a lot of things don't make sense that they say. It's not very natural, and it was kind of throwing me off, and I couldn't really get a lot of the story elements. I actually had to go and do some extra reading up on this film afterwards just so I could kind of piece everything together because the subs were so bad. Now, this film, from what I understand, the survivors from the first Battle Royale have now banded together with a group of people and became this terrorist organization trying to overthrow the government, which they no longer trust. They no longer trust the adult. It's more about the adults, but it's also the government too. And what happens is the government then, and I don't even think it's just the government in Japan. I think it's like the world decides, how can we get rid of these guys, these terrorists. Basically, what they decide is, let's have a Battle Royale too. But instead of having all the students fight each other to the death, we're going to put all of them on a team and send them onto the island where these terrorists are, and they're going to, kill the terrorists for us, which just sounds ludicrous. It's a silly concept to get behind, but that is our concept. So after that, basically, these students rise up onto the beach like World War II style, and it's basically a action film / war film, gun battles and stuff from then on out. It's very different, and I think that is the biggest problem with this film, is just that the whole thing that made Battle Royale, the it factor with Battle Royale, the motif of Battle Royale is lost. It's just not there anymore. What made Battle Royale such an interesting idea and such a awesome concept with all, it had all these elements of friend turning on friend, and fellow classmate versus fellow classmate, and girl versus boy, and killing each other, and dealing with having to slay other kids. It just had in a brutal way. And that is just gone in this film, and it really does just feel like an action film. And honestly, these are still kids, but honestly, they could be interchanged with adults, and I don't really think there would be a huge difference. In the first film, you're kind of taken back by the idea that these kids are brutally, killing each other, and in this film, it's just it's not the same. You don't feel the intensity of these kids dying. It's just they're just like nameless, you know, faces, because I couldn't really get. I don't know if it was, once again, the disclaimer with the subtitles. I don't know if it was that, but to me it felt like I didn't really know any of these people. That none of them were developed properly, and it was just a group of characters that I didn't. It was, instead of it being individuals, it was a group. The group was a character, and it was a quite bad character. And honestly, it felt like the performances were way over the top in this one. And it could be a cultural thing, of course, but it just felt more so than in the first film. And honestly, there is a lot of action in this, and it's a lot of fun in terms of just pure, you know, shooting, and the sets look great. I really enjoyed the set pieces, and you know, a lot of the action, and just, you know, the collar that they have around their neck that makes them explode. If they kind of changed the rules this one, they're like in pairs, and if one of the members of the pair dies, then the other one's head explodes with the collar, exploding collar around their neck. And I thought that was really cool, and I thought that would have been really cool if they said it in the first Battle Royale, where it was everybody versus everybody, or it was like teams, you know, pairs versus pairs. I thought that would have been cool. You just, the whole time you're watching it, you want it to go back to the old way. And, you know, I tried to disconnect a little bit, but at the same time, I think that's what this film is supposed to be about. It feels like it should be about that. And, you know, the explosions, though, were pretty cool. Like, when it first started and one of the first people die, you're like, alright, this is familiar territory. It was, you know, powerful. I like where this is going. And it's just down, after that, it's just downhill. And, you know, I think that people that enjoy action films will like this one a lot. I'm personally not a big fan of action movies. I'm just not. It's not my thing. I'm a horror guy. I don't really like action in my horror too much. And I like survival horror too. I'm just not... I'm not hugely into action. It does work in some films, and I do like those films. But this film just wasn't really my kind of thing, to be honest. And it may sound like I'm bashing it, which I don't mean to do. It's just, it really left me like feeling very underwhelmed, and it was way goddamn too long. I thought it could have been chopped a half hour off of this thing. Seemed like a lot of the dialogue, and like, once again, the disclaimer about the subs, it felt like everything had to be like these long speeches of like braveness and heroics, and it just was like, come on, you're full of yourself. I might be, I don't know, I just found this film very frustrating. So with that said, that is my review of Battle Royale 2. I give it a 6 out of 10. I was really disappointed with this one. I know there are fans of it out there, and maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it was because of the subtitles, but I just found this one disappointing. See you guys tomorrow with day number 6. Peace out.